here I am again, Maurice Lupton, off for my morning walk. This must be the finest stretch of beach on the finest island the whole world over. For a little speck of land in the North Atlantic, it sure is a good un. Oh, I see those yoga folks up at the lighthouse are up bright and early, saluting the sun and all that. I always thought that looked like fun. But this walk isn't the same without Sparky. She did love chasing that tennis ball. Oh, Sparky, I miss you, girl. The crater's definitely been smoking more than usual lately. That's funny, that, for a dormant volcano. Shelmerston used to be a quiet place. You'd only come here if you liked fishing or bird watching. But since the new ferry service started, we get loads of tourists. But what you gonna do? It's always changing. Yep, Shelmerston's a smashing place. I'm lucky to call it home. The bench. Yeah, this is, well, it's my bench. Yeah, the museum paid for it because I was the curator there. Yeah, and they did that to remember me because, oh yes, I am dead. It's been some adjustment, but not all bad. Yeah, I should probably go and check on the museum, actually. Yeah, I've been collecting the stories of Shelmerston for years now, here in my museum. There are so many stories, and wonderful ones. The museum started off small, but just grew and grew. It's shut at the moment, of course. Not sure what's going to happen with it now that I'm no longer doing it. I do like coming back here, though. Gives me a bit of purpose, which I've really missed since, you know, becoming dead. Oh, one thing that's been keeping me amused. Since I've been dead, I found I can do some, well, new things. Pretty weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what use it is, but it's been keeping me quite entertained. But the novelty's worn off. I mean, it's been, well, I don't know how long exactly, but an awful long time since I've had anyone to talk to. Well, anyone who talked back, anyway. couldn't. That sounds like Sparky. Is that you?
Morris, come with me. I need to show you something.
It's Sparky?
Morris, you worked it out.
You can talk?
Well, I could always talk. You just...
And you can hear me?
Well, sure. You are talking, aren't you?
Oh, Sparky!
What is it, Morris?
It's been so long. I thought I'd had my last conversation.
I'm glad too, Morris. I've been waiting.
Oh, wait. Are you really my Sparky? My Sparky girl?
Mostly. The best bits. But listen, I don't know how long before the volcano erupts, but it's not long.
The volcano? Erupting? But...
No. It has been dormant because of the custodian. But the custodian is weakening and we...
The custodian?
Shelmerston is volcanic. It's supposed to erupt every once in a while.
Custodian?
Take your time, Morris. Dogs are better at understanding this kind of...
The custodian?
Yes! Now you're getting it. The custodian is a ghost who appeases the island, keeps it safe to live on. But the current custodian...
Well, the island needs a new...
That's right. It's up to us to find a new one. There are 5 prospects that I know of. 5 ghosts still hanging around the island.
What if none of the prospects want?
If the current custodian fades away and there's nobody to commune with the island...
Bad how?
Volcano bad. You've seen how it's smoking. We don't have long...
Well, could I be the...
Oh, I wish. But Ghost Code 342B dictates that the custodian must be a ghost who has been dead on this island for at least a...
Ghost Code 342B. Yeah, well...
Right. Let's get going, Morris. Our first
Oh, yeah, from the yoga center. Yeah, he died a few years ago, didn't he? Yeah.
Yes. That's the fella. He always had those funny green...
Wow, flying!
What? Oh.
Oh, you always was impressed with this yoga center. Pete seemed like a chap who went through...
Yep, and it's still going strong. They're all...
Yoga center run by a robot. How things change.
Well, remember that clue I sent you from...
Yeah?
Right. So that was something special to me while I was alive that helped me channel my ghost. A kind of...
And how are we...
By looking into the memories of those who loved him best. People with memories of Pete will have little thought bubbles.
I suppose that's hardly the strangest.
Oh, Morris, just you wait. Now, to recap. Find people...
So people, then memories, then mementos...
I met Pete for the first time on a yoga retreat in Goa. He was the best yoga teacher, but very reserved. I noticed he had some army tattoos. I wanted to ask about them, but he would never talk about himself. I met Pete for the first time on a yoga retreat in Goa. He was the best yoga teacher, but very reserved. I noticed he had some... When I got home, I looked him up. I couldn't believe it. He'd been with Special Forces in Helmand and was awarded a medal for bravery. Pete's unit had been in an ambush. He tried to save a colleague whose leg had been blown off, but by the time they'd reached base, it was too late. Pete was the only survivor. I booked the retreat again the next year. I thought he was such an interesting bloke. Still waters, you know. And one evening, after class, I followed him down to the beach. I saw him throw something into the water and went to have a look. Picked it out of the shallows before it was washed away. It was his medal. I picked it up. I went back to Goa the following year, but Pete wasn't teaching and it just wasn't the same. Not as good. Then, a couple of years later, I saw an online ad for his new retreat in a lighthouse. I booked immediately. I took the medal with me. Perhaps he would want it back. It was the same Pete Noach, and if anything, he was an even better teacher. One coffee break, when I got him on his own, I brought up Helmand in conversation. I wish I hadn't. It was like a shutter coming down. I didn't mention the medal. I kept coming back for the yoga, and you know, over the years I saw Pete mellow. I think the lighthouse was doing him good. He even cracked a joke with the group once in a while. So, that summer, the one before he died, I decided to act. It was the day I was leaving and I showed him his medal. There was a moment of total surprise. I was worried then. But he took it. He turned it over in his hand.
Oh, Pete. I had no idea.